Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video I'm going to be continuing our Amazon Soap Fest. I'm going to be testing and reviewing Eagle One Nano Wash and Wax. As I've said before on a lot of our soaps that I've been testing for this series, I don't know anything about this car soap. I've never used it before. Reading the label, it looks and sounds very similar to what we've tested before. The dilution ratio is 1 ounce per gallon. It says it won't strip your wax, harm your paint sealant, etc., etc., etc. It also says it uses nanotechnology to infuse the wax better into the paint. I don't know. I have high hopes for this. I have heard of this car soap before, and I'm hoping that it does very well. You have to excuse my voice. I don't have any sinus this time. I've had laryngitis for the past week, so this is about the first day that I've been able to do a video, and the weather is really nice outside. It's a little windy, it's a little chilly, it's, I don't know, barely 50 degrees, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get through this video so you guys can see how the Nano Wax does. We're going to be using our MTM submachine gun style foamer. For the foam portion of the test, we'll be using 10 ounces of warm water mixed with 2 ounces of our Eagle One. And then we'll switch to our bucket test to test the foamage ability. We'll be using 3 ounces of our car soap to 3 gallons of water. You know what? Nobody wants to hear me talk. Let's go out and see what this Eagle One Nano Wash and Wax can do. There is a little bit of sap on the car. It's been through several rainstorms. Hopefully the camera's picking this up. Alright, I've got 2 ounces of our Eagle One and 10 ounces of warm water. Let's see how this foams. Alright, you can see it was a little windy. Excuse me. The foam goes on very, very thick initially. There are mostly small closed cell foam cells. There are a couple of medium sized foam cells interlaced in that. I could say there's a little bit of slickness in the foam itself. You can definitely smell the berry scent. If I didn't mention it before, it's about 50 degrees out. Now what's weird is that the foam, when it goes on, it kind of, after it sits there for, I don't know, it's been about a minute or so, it creates like this gelatinized layer. I haven't seen that before in a foam. All right, so we're going to let this sit 6 minutes. We'll come back and see how much of the foam is left. All right, guys, here we are. Actually, it's about 7 minutes later. I had a little battery problem. But as you can see, we've got, I'm going to say 85% left on the hood, window, and top. And better than 45 to 50% left on the side of the car. This is the sun side and it is windy. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse the car off, and then we'll see if it removed any of our Adams paint sealant, and also determine how well this rinses off the car. All right, here we are back, and as we can see, we had absolutely no degradation of our Adams liquid paint sealant. It did a very good job on the non-bonded contaminants. And I don't feel any sap at all on the hood. Okay, so as far as a foam, I really like this. I really like this as a foam. I'm going to say that my ranking, I'm going to give this foam an 8. Very, very good as a foam. It removed, let me see if I can get the camera, it isn't a light, but it removed quite a bit of brake dust from the wheels. Most of that is going to be bonded, and you don't expect a foam pre-wash to remove that. What we're shooting for is the non-bonded contaminants, which it does a fine job of. But I really like this. The fact that it removed the sap, and that's not normal. Usually, if it's sap that fell on the car the same day, pre-wash will usually remove that. But if it's been, you know, a couple days, a week, that sap really has hardened, and it's going to require hand washing to remove it. And I just don't feel any sap left on the car at all, which is really good. Okay, so I'm going to give that an 8. Let's get everything set up and we'll see how well this does in a hand wash and see what kind of foamage it makes. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and show you the viscosity and we'll see how this foams in a hand bucket. The scent of this is very berry. Extremely berry. It is a very viscous, probably an, I'm going to say medium blue color, if that means anything to you. But as we've found out with our other viscous car soaps, when you pour it in the water, it's going to basically sit on the bottom as a ribbon of soap until we agitate it with our pressure washer. You know, and if you don't have a pressure washer, you'd be agitating this with your garden hose. Okay. As far as slickness, so far, pretty much no slickness, but let's go ahead and get the pressure washer and we'll agitate this, foam it, and see what happens. Alright, so initially it looks like we've got a lot of medium cell bubbles in here. They are breaking down rather rapidly. It could be due to the wind. Okay, this is what you want to see in a wash. This is very slick. This feels like oiled water. And the reason that you want the slickness in the wash water is that it will help the mitt or whatever medium you're using glide over the paint, and it'll help to lift the dirt off and basically not scratch or minimize the scratching of the cars. But it is very slick. This is very good. So I'm going to go ahead and get our wash mitts. It takes 4 of our synthetic lamb's wool wash mitts to do this car, and we'll see how well this performs in a hand wash. Alright guys, I want to go ahead and give you my final impressions of the Eagle One Wash and Wax. I've got to say that I really like this shampoo, or this car soap. It cleaned very well. While I was washing, the slickness was really evident in how the wash mitt was gliding over the surface. It removed all of the bonded contaminants, which is what a car wash should do, but just the fact that it had such a nice glide because of the slickness in the water was really good. So what I want to do is I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for the hand wash portion, and so that's going to be an 8 for the foam and an 8 out of 10 for the hand wash. I'm very impressed. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description box below to Amazon where I purchased this if you'd like to try it yourself. Guys, I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you on the next video.